Hey, Namaskar, this is your buddy Shorob and I'm back with a brand new video. So in this video, I'm trying to do something new and we are gonna explore together Docker Compose. But this is going to be a little bit different from other videos because we are gonna develop a little bit of applications. This is going to be a MERN application and so that you can also get a complete idea how we are gonna integrate the front end to back end to database using Docker Compose. So you might have some questions about what the heck is Docker Compose. So Docker Compose is a tool that actually helps you to manage multiple Docker under a umbrella actually. Okay, you're actually managing all the Docker files or the Docker images or containers under a tree. So the tree is the Docker Compose. So without talking too much, let's get started because I don't want to make it boring. So I'm gonna create a new folder and I'm gonna name it as Docker Compose YouTube. And please ignore my background noises. I'm not gonna make this video noise free, and I'm not going to retouch this video as I want it to be as raw as possible. So I'm gonna open up a code editor inside this folder. In my case, this is VS Code. It might be different for you. So first of all, let's create a folder called server. And in this server, what we are gonna do, we're going to initialize cd server ls. We're going to initialize a what we can do. Okay, let's go. We are gonna do a very simple thing, which is nodejs, right? So I'm gonna go for npm init. Fine, so let it be everything. Okay, so we have the initializer, actually not initializer, this is package.json file. So let's open up our Safari and go for npm express. So we're gonna install express mongoose. Yeah, that's it, I guess. That are more than enough for this tutorial. So I'm just going to go for a index.js and here okay, just for demonstration purposes, I'm not gonna do all the best practices to make this server run. as this video is going to be focused on only Docker Compose, that's why we're gonna making a very minimal server so that we can just make an API endpoint. If we hit on it, it can with a post request, it can get it can actually add an entry to our databases and another URL or entry point that can actually fetch the data from the database and give it to the front end in JSON format. So yeah, now what you can do, just come here and see that we have this simple thing. Just copy it and paste it here. I'm not going to explain this code too much. However, it's going to just require something, the express, initializing the express into the app, and this is the port which I don't want to be run on 3000. In my case, I would refer it to 8000. It might be different for you. Completely depends up to you. Okay, so here we have this hello world, but here we need to use a post. Okay, add, right? Okay, so now let's go for mongoose. We have mongoose, and before that, let's open up our terminal, and I'm gonna open my local MongoDB server. Sudo brew services start MongoDB community, The process might be different for Mac and Linux. I hope you will find out the way. Okay, not Docker, it's what was that? MongoDB Compass. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's connected. They're my all pre-existing databases. Now what I need, I just need to connect it, right? To connect it, let's take this example. Well, so this is the kitty. I guess this is the name, schema actually. Okay, save, then kitty cat. Okay, model. Yeah, that's the model. We don't need this. We're gonna add it here. Fine. Dot then. Okay. Console.log. Database connected. Here. Oh, not cat. You don't know it's cat. My bad. DB error. Okay. So this is it. This is the schema, and here while add we can use body or name, right? You can use name where read dot body. But actually I'm actually suffering with some throat problem. So let's see if we can return it or not. So let's go for, oh, okay. So we can actually use that start node index.js npm run start, and it should start. Database is connected. That's okay. Fine. So this should be a post method, and let's open up our postman. Okay, let's make it a little bit quick. However, we can also make it with Thunder client if we have. Yeah, restore the extension. Fine. Thunder client, where is it? Thunder client, here we have. Here we have it. So let's make a new request where we need a post request at our local host. At Whispered, it's 8000, and add. Let's make a body called name. I'm gonna use Dobby. So it should return back. Oh, nothing else. It's not going to get it. Fine. So it's the cat. We have test. So let's see if you have any test thing or not. So let's come here. Test books cats. Okay. Let's make it a little bit different. That compose database. Fine. So I guess this will be much more better thing. So let's go for compose. Compose, yes. Now if you're gonna hit it, is a function. Well, compose. What is that? Fine, I think it's not a function. It's a request.body. Fine, let's debug it. It's been a long time, right? Okay. It's a little bit weird because we need to use nodemon here. Okay, I guess it should work. Well, fine, it should have a dependency. Okay. Dependencies, it has nodemon. Yeah, it's running quite well now. It's running quite well now. So fine. So if you run it again, I think it should go. Yes, its name, it has this. My bad. Okay, let's go. It's undefined. Why it's not gonna work? I guess we need a JSON parser, maybe. Yeah, I was missing it. Yes. Okay, so we need body parser. Actually, it's been a long time I didn't use Node.js. Oops, not in. It's install. Fine. Oops, my bad. Dev. I guess it's gonna work now. Just simply copy this. Paste it here. Then I'm gonna use this too. Oops, my bad. Oh. And before that, I'm gonna use it. That's okay. Now, if we run this, I guess it should work. Yeah, now you can see that name is Toby. It's going to work. And if we come here and just simply destructure it, const name is going to be read.body, and this name should be responded here, Toby. Fine. Yeah, now we need to save it. How? Just use this cat dot, I guess, insert oh, my bad. Yes, create maybe. dot, I don't need this, simply come here, use this as asynchronous and make it await, not let, it's response, and console.log. Fine. What is that? Oh, okay, res has already declared. Okay, so I'm gonna go for db cat res cat response. If you run this, okay, it's been inserted in our database. If you have any doubts, let's come here and reload this. We have this Toby. Well, that's it. Okay, now we need to create another thing which is pretty identical to it. So I'm not gonna make it so much perfect, okay? It's going to be a get. Oh, sorry. So I'm gonna get and ID, I guess. Const cat is going to be a cat dot find by ID, and the ID is going to be ID await status. It is going to be 200. Status 200 and on. It means it's created. Okay, so if you run it now, it should return as, oh, my bad. We did a mistake here. Yeah. Need this one to work on. Fine. So if you run it, see, that's good. Okay. Fine. So this is it, but we also need a core. What do we need? We need a core, right? So let's go for here. And BMJS course, we need course. Simply install it. Okay, you might be wondering why I'm making this video so much long with this coding thing, but you must need to know it, what's going to happen under the hood, right? So this is quite important. Just simply copy this. So this is not that much hard, because I'm actually making this copy and pasting things here. So simply use this app.use. Okay. There might be something like allow headers origin. Yes, this origin is need to be this. That's okay. Okay. Now actually what I need, this thing can be a little bit. Okay, fine, we are actually doing this here. It's not a problem. Fine. So what? Now let's open up our front end. Let's go for create it. So what we are gonna do is to be Next.js or something else, I guess. Let's go for it. Sorry for my background noises. What we can do is installation. Okay. Then use client. So it should create a new folder here. Yes. TypeScript, no, I don't need it as of now. ESLint, yes, I need. Tailwind CSS, no, I don't need it. Source directory, no, I don't need it. App router, no. For this app, I don't need it, no. And it's going to create the front end packages here. Now, I don't want to do so much thing. Just simply remove it. The head read cat up. And I'm also not going to use all the good practices of Next.js. So let's come here and use auth. I guess we need to use, let's say, a form input name is going to be cat name value is something that we need from here. User stat. Oops, my bad. Const name set name is state. It's going to be null by default. Const change so I guess here need to be a name and on change. Okay, on change it requires this, and set name is this e dot value. Right, I guess this is more than enough for printing it. Oops, my bad. We need to set for sure. Okay, if you run it, it should be here. Okay, so we don't need this next head, I guess. The styles, we don't need this. Let's remove it. Yeah. Okay, so it's not gonna work. name val name. Okay, target dot value, I guess. Yeah, I used, oh my bad, Dobby. Okay, so now we need a way to send it. My bad. On submit, what we can do is create something that const submit form e dot prevent default, I guess. And then we need this to be called here, and I'm gonna go for console.log. I am submitting. I'm submitting. Okay, so it need a button too inside here under the form submit, and if you run it, it's not gonna do anything, but if you remove this, it may reload. Okay, to prevent this reload, we are gonna use this, so it's not gonna reload again and again. Okay, so now what we are gonna do, so let's go for a we need a thing under the pages, I guess it's in API or not, I don't know, so we're not gonna cover it too much. So here we're gonna make const server API state, right? We can use it here, // localhost 8000 at 8000. Okay, so you can use it later on. So I can use it, use fetch dot fetch face.url, that is server API, and then we have this method need to be a post method, and then headers that has a content type. I guess I can use it, yeah, content type application JSON, and a body that need to be a name dot, then we have response dot JSON, or I guess data, and then I need again then console.log data. That's fine. If we have anything error, then I'm gonna console.log error. Okay, so if I use kitty and submit it, so I guess I can see it here in the console. Oh, my bad. Because we need to hit the route, right? My bad. Add. Okay. So I think it should work now. Again. I guess, let's see, server npm run start. Yes, let's use it. Runtime here. What happened here? It should not be null. Okay. Okay, so it's a little bit weird. I'm gonna cut it. I think it's not going to work. Okay, so let's go. Not this. I need to go to my Thunder client where we have this. Just copy this, come here and paste it. Dot data. Yes, it should be a console dot log res, and then we are gonna see it how it's working. Oh, I got it. Stringify. I told you. It's been a long time. So if you use Kitty, and here we have a response that's created. It has a body, headers, URL, and if we open up our Mongo and refresh it, it should use www kitty. We got the kitty from the front end. That's it. Okay, so now if I use session, then data is going to be console.log data. Now if I use it again, let's say kt2, yeah, we got it. Okay, now let's make something really good, like cats, set cats, user state, it's a list, and before that let's go for a div where I'm going to go for a cats.map. Okay, and use is on is for the cat name is val. Okay, now ul, let's make it a lie. Fine. Now what? At the time of doing this, it should my bad. It should set cats dot cats, and it's going to be data dot I guess name, if I'm not wrong. Its name. Okay. So now let's have a look. Hello. And it's yet not working. Okay. It didn't work. I guess this should be okay. Handled. Fine. So if I use hello here, it's not going to use anything. Well, so React render list with map. So, okay, I think I'm doing something wrong. should be a cats data, and there should be a data here. Okay, so yes, I got it. I was making a little bit of things. We're not returning anything. Okay, now it should work. Okay, fine. So it should be a div, and key is going to be a index. Fine. So name hello, my bad, kitty, and if you submit it, still not gonna work. So well, what you can do, okay, set cats log data dot name, I guess. I think it should be like this. And here, if we use man2, let's say how it's arc. So let's see how it's arc. It's not going to work. Okay, so I'm not making it. What is this runtime error? Okay. Fine. So this is not arcing technically. Okay, so what I can do, fine. So let's come here and set cats cat name new. Yeah, I got it. Now I think we can use it here. data.name. Okay. Fine. So now we need another thing, which is the use effect. Fine. Need a fetch const get cats. What fetch? I think it should be a cat's list, right? So in the server we can use is pretty same thing, that is get. We don't need this body. We are just going to simply use cat dot find so that all of these are going to come at once. So if I use this as a get and get, so it's going to give us, oops, my bad, why it's not gonna work, because of this, yeah. My bad. So yes, we are doing this. Let's go to this and use a new server endpoint, hit another endpoint. So this endpoint is going to be like this, and get, and here we don't need this. I'm going to go for cat's response, then const data we need to see it, how it's gonna work. Get cats, okay, fine. So we have this promise, has this array data, okay, cats data, and data cats data dot data. I guess it's not like that. Okay, so I think this is it. Yeah, here we have. That's good. Now what do we need? We need a set cats. My bad. Set cats, and this should be a cat's data. Well, this should be a cat's data now. And once it's going to be like this, then we should not use it. We should use the data as well here. And here under this, we're gonna name it as name. Fine. That's it. And okay, so we have this. See, everything is here. So if you run it as my name, as a cat, so it should be here. And if you run it, its persistence here because it's coming from the database, right? Okay, so that was our pretty much the application. Now we need to Dockerize it, and then we need to manage this Docker those Docker files using the Docker Compose. So simply come here. I'm gonna turn off all the servers. Just simply remove it, and then just need to come here, and here you need a Docker file, and you also need a Docker ignore file. Okay, so what you can do here, I don't have that much time, so let's go for use ChatGPT. Next.js. Fine. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this and paste it out here, and from here we need from a base image. That image must need to be come from the Docker Hub. We may need this little one, so I'm gonna go with Docker Hub. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Node. So let's open it up, Node, and we need a Node version of this Alpine. From Node, this, and then we need a working directory, work there. That's going to be app. Then what we need a really simple thing. We need a copy package.json. That stories means that whatever called package will be copy from here to there. Fine. Then I'm gonna use a command run npm install, and then we need copy everything. So this one is from our file system, and this one is this working directory inside the Docker image. Same for this. All the codes are going to be inside this dot to move from there to be inside this app directory inside our Docker image. Okay, so now what we need I guess we have a next two, so I may need to test it out here. If you run npm run build, it's going to build a key prop iterator. So okay, we have a little bit of bug, that's why it's not gonna force us to do it. So let's come here. We have a index and a key here, which is required. So val dot id or index. Okay, if you run this, okay, fine. So npm run start, and if we come here, localhost 3000, it's going to be the same thing. And okay, my bad. So now what? Run npm run build. We are not going to use our build from build, that kind of thing. Okay, as build, we'll cover it up later, upcoming videos. So we need a cmd for npm run start. Yes, it's important to expose our port, which is in our case 3000. That's it. Now let's come here, server. In the server we need .docker ignore, and we need to run docker ignore for express.js. Okay, so we can simply use it and paste it out here, and pretty much the same thing. Docker file from, we need the same base image of Docker. Where is it? It's inside our Docker file, I guess. But where's the Docker file? Yeah. So let's copy it out. This is for our server. Everything is same. We don't need this build. The expose thing is here. 8000 npm run start. Okay, done. Now what? It is really simple. We need a docker compose.yaml. We need a version which is 3.8. In my case, it might be different for you. Services. The first services I need is Mongo. Database. DB Mongo, I guess. It is the name. And then I can use image. That's called Mongo. And container name. DB Mongo. Container. Ports. The ports are going to be this. On is from our port inside from our container, and this is the exposing thing. That's what it is. Then what we need volume Mongo data is going to be like data db. Okay, then we need a what do we need? We need environment file, I guess. env file, and this env file can be contain here .env, and here let's come to Mongo. Here we have Mongo, and we have these two things. And let's paste it here. These are the credentials for your MongoDB database. Then we need networks. MERN YT net. Fine. First of all, let's create the networks. Okay. Then we need volumes. These are the volumes that we need. Okay, so our database is done. And let's say if we can see it or not. And let's remove it for now. turn it up. So use docker compose dash m docker compose, and let's see. Oops, my bad. Need to be up. Oh, because I'm not running the docker daemon. You need to run the docker daemon. To run it, you must need to know and know the docker, how it's work. Fine. So, oh, my bad. So .env. Okay. The dot is missing here. That's why it was looking like this. It is already used because in the beginning of my video I have turned on my default MongoDB server. So I'm gonna stop it. View services stop MongoDB community, and it should start. I guess we need a sudo. My bad. Yeah, it's stopped now. I guess it should work. Still using. So if I run it, already in use. Let's remove it. Okay, so if I discontinue it, run it again, it's not used anymore. Yeah, now it's working. So if you run it, it's not gonna work because it requires a username and password. So what are those for our case? Root and example. Feel free to use it as your required on. And I'm gonna use this. Fine, we can use it anywhere. My bad. So here we need .env and use Mongo URI. And here, instead of localhost, we can use this service name dbmongo. That's it. Now let's come here. Stop this server. Now use the server build. We have context path, which is inside our server. So server docker file, which is already created, that's been pointing here. And then we need another thing, which is the container name. Get server, and then we need a ports, which is 8000. This 8000 are coming from our set container, and this is for exposing it from the container. Okay, so we need not any volumes here, but we need an environment file that's inside our server, and .env, which is actually this one. Okay. Okay, so now we need a networks, because we need, oops, my bad, networks. The networks need to be same because we're making them connected together, and this server will be depends on, oops, my bad, depends on this service. So it actually means this server will wait for the MongoDB service to create it, otherwise it won't start. Okay, so let's think the server is up but MongoDB is not running, so it will be a problem, right? So this server will be wait until the MongoDB starts itself. Okay, so now let's come here in our server index. Here we need to remove it. Use this like process.env dot what was that? This should be a compose. Paste it. Okay, so let's run this and see how far it goes. So it's installing. It's done. Okay, it's showing as the authentication error. Mongo server authentication error. What happened actually? I guess, do I need to remove it? Okay, let's see. It's working here, but not working under the cat server. Okay, so authentication failed. Authentication failed. DB Mongo. What's that? Why it's not working? Okay, let's have a look here. Is that working or not? Just copy this and paste out here. Okay, let's run it now. It's DB error, I guess we need to rebuild it. Okay. My bad. It should be like this. Well, let's see now. Why it's not working? So do I need to remove it and localhost it? Let's see. But it should work with that on too. Yes, it worked here, I guess. No, it's not. It's not. Database is still not connected. So what is the problem here? What is this? Let's have a look here. Okay. Let's see if there is an authentication thing or not. It should work. Well, let's come use it here, and if we remove this part, fine. So if we remove this part, and under this, it should remove from here. Yes, its authentication failed. Why? Because we have previously added them, right? So we need to remove it. Then we need to remove them too. And Docker Compose server, it's images. It's a server. Okay, so they remove it too. And if you run it, okay. So it's not authenticated, but authentication. So I'm gonna remove it and run it again. It's configured, and from here, if we remove them and rebuild it, it should work. Let's have a look. The server database is connected. That's weird a little bit. Okay, so individual username, they're not working for some reasons. But let's not cut them off. I'm gonna use it here as well, and let's go for root and example, root example example. Remove it. In here, let's make it at server.env, and well, we need the Docker here to remove all of them. And this video is a little bit longer, not a little bit, it's so longer, but I would like to give you a complete thing, and it's authentication here. I don't know what is happening, but let's say we are simply going to paste it here. Might be a good thing, I'm not sure, let's see. Yet not, so okay. Okay, so let's do something. Docker compose MongoDB username and password are not working with Docker compose service name while connecting with Mongo's Node.js. Oops, my bad. It's okay. This is what I was doing, but yet not working. I think we need to use it here. I think. So it's dbmongo. It's compose. And let's remove them. Once again, remove this from here and run it again. Let's see what's going to happen here. Nothing has changed. So I think we should take it later, this authentication part. Okay, so let's come here in the Docker Compose. We don't need this for now. In Mongo, here in our environment, we also don't need this. It's db mongo only, and remove it. Okay, so I want to remove it. Okay, so remove it. Fine, so let's run it. That's okay. And if you run it here, come here, database is connected. So with the authentication, something is going to something weird is happening, which I will figure it out and update it with the next video. So let's go for our client thing to configure here. Let's come here, that client build context is client and Docker server. Container name is going to be cat client container, and then ports is going to be 3000. Volumes volumes are pretty okay. Can use server app, and then next modules is going to be app.node modules, and we need to use networks, and it should depends on MongoDB and the server. Okay, however, we can also use just only server, because the server is also dependent on database, MongoDB service, but whatever, it doesn't make any changes here. Okay. Okay, so let's go and run it. My bad. I'm badly affected with this. So it's creating. Let's give it a time. Just spin up, and I guess it's at the end of completing everything. Yes, done, I guess. Oh my bad, cannot find the model express. Why? Oh, it should be client, not server, my bad. For that I must need to remove it, because it cached from there, so let's remove it. My bad, silly mistake. Okay, so it's created now. I think everything is working good. See, DB, the container is running good. This one is, oops, my bad, this one is also running good. So if you run it, let's cross the finger, and here we go. So if you run this Toby submit, it's Toby. Then if I use Kitty submit, it's Kitty. Is that persistence? Yes, it is. So let's turn it off just to make sure that it's using Docker Compose. It's not there because we have removed it. So I'm gonna use up again. It's here. See the data persistence. So how you can do that? Just simply use the detach mode, so it's not gonna show you the logs. It's going to run in the background. That's it. To verify that, use docker ps. See, 3 services containers are running and their persistence as well. So I'm gonna go for the mog. Yeah, that's it. So that was a quick tutorial on Docker Compose and some building blocks of a simple containerization apps, Node.js MERN Stack. So thank you everyone. Before that, I just want to turn it down, the services. It's done now. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are, then please do it, like, subscribe, and don't hesitate to ask your query in the comment section. Thank you. Peace. Namaskar.